Hi, welcome to our YouTube channel. We will now see today a problem related to quadratic equations, which is the first solved problem. I will read the statement of the problem. It says John and Jivanti together have 45 marbles. Both of them lost 5 marbles each. The product of their number of marbles they had at that particular condition after losing 5 marbles each is 124. We have to find out the number of marbles they had to begin with. Now we will see how to approach this particular solution. Let the number of marbles with John be x. So out of two persons, that is John and Jivanti, I have actually assumed, stating that the number of marbles with John to begin with is x. Since both together have 45 marbles, if one of them is assumed as x, the other would be having 45 minus x. That's what I've taken here. That is number of marbles with John as x and with Jivanti as 45 minus x. So now coming to the condition of how to frame the equation, he is saying that both of them are losing 5 marbles each. So if John initially he had x number of marbles, if he loses 5 marbles, then he would be having x minus 5. Similarly, Jivanti had 45 minus x number of marbles. If she loses 5, then 45 minus x minus 5 upon simplification would be getting 40 minus x number of marbles. So after losing 5 marbles each, John would have x minus 5 number of marbles and Jivanti would have 40 minus x number of marbles. In this, after losing 5 marbles, the condition is that if you multiply these two expressions, what we have got, then the product of the number of marbles what they have is 124 is what the given condition is. Now how to simplify this to get the quadratic equation is, since x minus 5 into 40 minus x cannot be simplified with any formula, that is why we use distributive property, wherein to open the brackets of the first term and the second term, so which is like a minus b into c minus d. So the first term would get multiplied to first term here, and first term would get multiplied to second term here, and similarly second term also gets multiplied with both the terms. So what happens now? X into 40 is plus x into plus 40 is plus 40x. X into minus x is minus x square. So minus into, if there is no sign here, means plus. Minus into plus is minus. 5 into 40 is 200. So similarly, minus into minus is plus. 5 into x is plus 5x. So after opening the brackets for these two terms, x minus 5 into 40 minus x, we are getting 4 terms. Now how to rearrange the terms? In order to have a quadratic equation, the quadratic equation should have the highest power of x to be the first term. That is why I have taken minus x square as a first term. Then next highest power is the terms with x. There are two terms, 40x and 5x. Let us pick these two terms. That is, after minus x square, plus 40x and plus 5x are the second and third terms. So minus 200 as it is. And also on RHS we have plus 124. If you transpose it to the left hand side, then plus 24 plus 124 would become minus 124. Since we have transposed the entire constant term, that is why 0 is left on the RHS. Now we have to simplify these terms to add or subtract the like terms, wherein minus x square, there is no like term for x square term, that is why as it is. 40x plus 5x is 45x. Minus 200 plus minus 124, it would lead to minus 324. So the 5 terms what we have in previous equation are now becoming 3 terms. Now how to simplify? Because there is minus term for the x square term, so I don't want to handle minus for the first term. That is why I would take minus common here. Now we will see how to take minus common. So from these 3 terms, if you take minus 1 common, then from first term x square is left. Out of plus 45x, I would be having minus 45x. Minus 324, I would be having plus 324. Now we will have to divide by minus 1 on LHS and RHS. So how to divide by minus 1? Let us see here. So if you are taking this particular expression what we had earlier, minus into some bracketed quantity is equal to 0. So I am dividing by minus 1 on both sides. If you divide by minus 1 on both sides, minus minus on LHS would get cancelled, and 0 by minus 1 would also be leading to 0. So after dividing by minus 1 on both sides, the expression what we have got is x square minus 45x plus 324 is equal to 0. Now this is looking like ax square plus bx plus c, which is a general form of a quadratic equation. Now we will see how to find the factors of this particular equation. So in order to find the factors, so we will have to multiply the first term and the last term, that is plus x square into plus 324. It would give us plus 324 x square. Since the number 324 is quite big, now let us do the prime factorization to get the factors first. So how to do prime factorization? Prime factorization is a process wherein in that particular process a composite number is divided by prime numbers. So the first prime number is 2. If the composite number is even, we will have to keep on dividing with the 2 until we get a number which is a odd number which cannot be divided by 2. Now let us see how to divide this particular 324 by number 2. So after dividing the 324 by 2, we would be ending up with number 162. Since 162 is also even again, so let us try to divide by 2 again. So after dividing by 2, the number what we get is 81. Since 81 is not even, it would not get divided by 2. And after adding the digits of 81, that is 8 plus 1 is equal to 9. So this 9 is getting divided by 3. So number 81 also gets divided by 3. And after dividing by 3 continuously, then we end up with the final number as 3, which again gets divided by 3. So the prime factorization of a composite number 324 is giving prime factors as 2 2 times and 3 4 times. Now we will arrange the terms like this, that is prime factorization of 324 is giving the factors in the form of 2 2 times and 3 4 times. Now we have to rearrange these particular numbers in such a way that upon addition or subtraction of these particular numbers we have to get 45. So how do we do that? Suppose if we select the arrangement as 2 2s are 4, 4 3s are 12, 12 3s are 36. So one of the number is 36 and 3 3s are 9. So 36 and 9 if added we will get 45. So I have rearranged these particular terms in such a way that I got 36 and 9. So how did I do that? I have taken first 4 factors to multiply these to get 36, and last 2 factors are multiplied to get 9. So what are these 36 and 9? How are they useful to us? Now let us see by selecting the factors. So this 36 and 9 upon multiplication would give 324, because these numbers we have got by doing prime factorization of 324. Now related to the second condition of upon addition or subtraction, I have to get minus 45x. So this minus 45x I will be able to get by taking minus 36x as one factor and minus 9x as one more factor. Now what is the use of these factors we will see in the next step of factorization. So the equation which is in the general form, this we will rewrite so that the general form contains maximum 3 terms. So these 3 terms in LHS are now split into 4 factors, wherein 45 is divided into 2 factors, that is 36x and 9x. Now the first and second term, out of which the only common factor is x, let us take the common factor now, that is out of first and second term the common factor is x. So from x square x is left, from minus 36x minus 36 is left. Similarly out of 9x and 324, so if I take minus 9 common, so from third term out of minus 9x, if I take minus common, x is left, and out of plus 324. If you take minus 9 common, then minus 36 is left. Now we see that x minus 36 is common between the both the terms on LHS. If you take x minus 36 as common, from first term x is left, and also from second term minus 9 is left. That is why x minus 9 we have got. Now a product of two entities, suppose say if this is A and the second entity is B. So product of two entities A and B is equal to 0, which means either A is equal to 0 or B is equal to 0. Now what is this? So we will now equate the first term as 0 or the second term as 0. That is either x minus 36 is equal to 0 or x minus 9 is equal to 0. So minus 36 upon transpose would become plus 36. Similarly, minus 9 upon transpose would become plus 9. That is what we have got here. So this plus 36 we have got by doing a transpose of this minus 36 to RHS. Also similarly minus 9 I have done transpose towards the RHS to become plus 9. Now what is the use of these particular numbers 36 and 9? What we have got is these are the number of marbles which John had. Because it's a quadratic equation, maximum quadratic equation can have two different values. So those two values are 36 and 9. Now we will try to find out the number of marbles with Jivanti. Because there are two answers for x, so Jivanti would have two different number of marbles depending on the number of marbles with John. That is, if x is equal to 36, then 45 minus x was the number of marbles with Jivanti. Then 45 minus x is equal to 9. Also, if x is equal to 9, then 45 minus x is equal to 36. Now how to interpret these values is, suppose say if John had 36 marbles, Jivanti would have 9 marbles, or if John had 9 marbles, Jivanti would have 36 marbles. Thank you.